So you want to be an entrepreneur? Well, today on this video, we're going to talk about one of the most important aspects of being an entrepreneur, and that's mindset. Have you ever noticed how the biggest entrepreneurs didn't just build products, they rewrote the rules. And yet most entrepreneurs still chase the crowd, hoping to find success in the noise. This video isn't about business plans or funding rounds. It's about rewiring how you think. Because until you shift your mindset, you'll stay stuck in the system you're trying to escape. Going with the flow is for fish. If you want to lead an industry, you need to think differently. In this video, we'll explore how top entrepreneurs develop a visionary mindset that disrupts industries and leads to massive success. I'm Phil Masiello, and we're going to uncover why following the crowd leads to mediocrity. Most people, they optimize for safety. They crave approval. They follow the blueprint handed to them at age 6 and wonder why nothing changes. But the truth, the crowd is where businesses go to die. You weren't born to compete in oversaturated markets. You were born to see what others miss and build what didn't exist yet. You want average results? Do what average people do. You want exponential returns? Think exponentially. Think about Bill Gates. In the 1970s, the idea of a computer in every house was crazy. Computers were massive, expensive machines used by big companies and universities. But Gates saw what everyone else missed. He didn't follow the existing blueprint of building hardware for corporations. Instead, he dropped out of Harvard to create software for those machines. He built a whole new category, a new truth, by betting on the personal computer revolution before it even began. He realized that software powering these PCs to optimize productivity for everyone would drive growth. Let's talk disruptors. Steve Jobs. Everybody knows Steve Jobs. He wasn't an engineer. He just knew the status quo was broken. Sara Blakely, she wasn't a designer. She just saw a gap and built Spanx into a billion-dollar brand. None of them followed the crowd. They rewired how people live, move, dress, and think. They didn't compete, they created, because they understood one rule: different is better than better. I'm going to say that again. Different is better than better. Jeff Bezos, another example of a true disruptor. When he started Amazon, the retail world was dominated by physical stores. He could have tried to open a store. He could have tried to open a better bookstore, but he didn't. He created an entirely new way to buy everything. He built an online store that completely changed how people shopped, first with books and then with everything else. He didn't compete with Barnes & Noble. He created a new category of e-commerce that became the standard. He knew from the beginning that he was going to sell everything, hence the name Amazon, a huge vastness. Let's talk about vision. Jeff Bezos wasn't worried about turning a profit in 1998. He was focused on dominating in 2025. While others chased revenue, he built infrastructure, logistics, customer loyalty. The key is to build daily, think decades out. Richard Branson, another perfect example of this. He started the Virgin brand with a mail-order record business and a single record store. He had a vision to build a brand that could be applied across many different industries, from airlines to telecommunications to space travel. He didn't just focus on the immediate profits of each new venture. He was building a long-term brand empire with a consistent, bold vision. He took urgent, short-term actions to expand while always keeping his long-term vision in mind. Most startup founders, they sprint for attention and stall. The great ones, they sprint toward a vision 10 years out. You need a long-term patience, short-term urgency. It's not either or, it's both. Remember, build daily, think decades. Here's a mindset killer no one wants to talk about: scaling too early. Airbnb didn't scale because of a nice pitch deck. They scaled after knocking on doors in New York and photographing hosts' apartments by hand. They didn't assume, they obsessed. And only once the product worked did they pour fuel on the fire of growth. So ask yourself, are you optimizing for growth or for validation? If people aren't begging for what you built, you're not ready to scale. Jack Dorsey, the co-founder of Twitter and Square, he understands this deeply. With Twitter, The early growth was organic, driven by a small dedicated user base. He and his team didn't try to force it. They waited until the product had a strong, proven appeal before they started to scale. Similarly, with Square, he started with a very focused product for a very specific audience, small businesses that need a simple way to accept credit card payments. He obsessed over making that core product perfect before expanding into new services. Entrepreneurship isn't about money or marketing. It's about a mind shift. It means saying no to good ideas so you can choose great ones, trusting your gut, even when everyone else thinks you're wrong, being obsessed, not just interested. Entrepreneurs don't need guarantees, they just need better odds. So stop waiting for certainty, start thinking in bets, because every decision is one. Michael Dell, the founder of Dell Technologies, made this kind of bet. At a time when computer companies were building computers and then trying to sell them to consumers, Dell had a radical idea: build computers directly for the consumer. This was a new business model that went against the entire industry, but Dell was obsessed with efficiency and providing value directly to the customer. He trusted his gut, and that mind shift led to a company that revolutionized the personal computer industry. He was willing to be misunderstood today to be unforgettable tomorrow. So let's cut through the noise. Are you building something that stands out or something that blends in? Are you chasing followers or creating leaders? The market doesn't need another nice product. It needs bold vision. It needs a new category, a new truth. Are you willing to be misunderstood today to become unforgettable tomorrow? The next time you hear of a business that's struggling or going out of business, don't immediately think it's the economy's fault. Rite Aid? What can you get there that you can't get in 100 other places and with better service? Party City? Why? We have Amazon, Walmart, Target. They aren't struggling because of DEI. They're struggling because they lost their relevance. Joann Fabrics, Red Lobster, Big Lots. What can you get in those stores that you can't get online delivered for less money? They aren't different. They're the prime example of the crowd trap. If this video lit a fire in you, in your entrepreneurial spirit, drop a fire in the comments. Let the world know you're done following the crowd and ready to lead it. Subscribe to this channel for more mind-shifting strategy, because your future self will thank you.